Alright, you guys, hello and welcome. This is Josh here from 8finity Productions. I am here to open a box of cons of Tarkir. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Overall, I am totally psyched for this new set. I haven't done one of these box opening videos in a while. I think the last one was probably Born to God, so thought I'd kind of catch up. And of course, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of these floating around with YouTube on the day of this release. I'm pretty psyched out with this new set, mainly because of, well, the fetch lands. And this set is actually going to be pretty much very important for that, because not only does it feature it for just standard, but also modern. It's going to be very big for modern to complete all 10 of these cycles of fetch lands. Luckily enough, I have my fetch lands for the cons, or I'm sorry, not cons, but Zendikar. This one will hopefully complete the other half of it. I already have some of the old fetch lands from Onslaught, which is nice. And this will be nice because for those who didn't play Onslaught back in the day, which I did for a little bit, but of course back then I was kind of a noob at the game and didn't think a fetch land was all that great. Why pay one life to search your deck for a land? Of course, you end up noticing in the long term that they're very good with pretty much dual lands and what am I trying to think of? Return to Ravnica shock lands. So give me 1 second, I'll probably be opening this up. This is always a pain. It's the one thing. But I'm also pretty much excited for this new standard, of course. I'm currently testing out a Bug Walkers deck, which I'll probably post up at some point to show you a little bit of a deck tech. I haven't done one of those, and so I'll see if I can try to post one of those up at some point. So anyways, let's get right to it, of course, because you're all here to see what amazing pulls you can get out of this box. Oh crap, I've already broken the corner of it, but it's alright. Well, get things started. Little flyer promotion thing for the concept card tier set. I was like holding on to these because they're really cool. Mardu. It seemed to promote that very heavily on this. So, alright. Hopefully I can probably get this in focus just a little bit. There we go. So, alright, let's get right to it. And, of course, I am bad at pronouncing these cards' names, so hopefully I'll give it a shot. Anyways, I like to kind of flip through the comments pretty quick. The most important ones are pretty much uncommons and obviously the rares, and in case if we get any foils. So, there we go. Our first rare is Master of Pearls. This is a Morph 2/2 bear. When it's flipped up, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Morph is for 5. And Morph was also introduced in Onslaught back in the day. So a lot of people like to call this set Conslaught, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty exciting because I never opened a box of Onslaught, so this is kind of like giving me a little bit of a, what you could say, a flashback to that set, of course. Hey, also, well, no, that was Odyssey that had it. Wow. Okay, so 2 in a row already. Master of Pearls. Maybe I'll open the rest as this. So that's interesting. So same card. Why not? Ooh, but our rare is a foil. Dig Through Time. Delve, and Delve is actually really exciting too. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of those cards in your hand, and the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order. So that's pretty sweet. Delve was introduced in Future Sight, which spoiled some cards like Tombstalker, which I was kind of surprised not to see that in this set. Maybe in the next 2 sets, hopefully. But yeah, Delve is my favorite mechanic in this set, and I'm glad they brought it into this one. Alright, and our rare is, oh okay, Sultai Charm. Actually I need one of these. Our rare is Dragon Throne of Tarkir. Quick creature has Defender and 2 mana to cast. Other creatures you control gain Trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the creature's power. Equip is for 3. It's actually not bad. kind of funny that I got 2 of the Master Pearls in a row already. I don't like that card, it's really exciting, but what can you expect? Oh. Alright. So yeah, I'm liking this set so far. I love the pre-release. It was actually a lot of fun to draft, so looking forward to the set. And our rare is Ghostfire Blade. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, equipped for 3. Ghost Blade's equipped ability costs 2 less to activate if it targets a colorist, which is very good on the morph creatures. A lot of people talk about that card also having some potential in Affinity. I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, being able to have like a 2/4 Ornithopter. I like how they brought some of these old cards back, like Cancel and what is it? Naturalize. Despise is also another one, which I'm happy for. That will see a lot of play. Alright, and our rare is Avalanche Tusker. Whenever Avalanche Tusker attacks defending player, that creature that defender player controls must block it this combat if able. Kind of a more Provoke-esque ability. And this is Ponyback Brigade. When it enters the battlefield or is morphed, put 3 1/1 Goblin tokens onto the battlefield. These guys are actually really sweet, the cycle of them. Well, not off to a great start, but I'm pretty sure we'll eventually get there. It's just like any booster box, you know. You're bound to get something good in this set, or any booster box in general. Alright, and our rare is Mindswipe. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. Mindswipe deals X damage to that spell's controller. So it's pretty much a like a Rectus return for counter, just in ways. I like it, honestly. I might see some constructed play, I'm not exactly too sure. Right, Erase, I'm actually glad they brought this back, mainly to kind of work out with Theros, so be able to kill the gods, since that actually exiles them. And a rare is, so our first mythic. It's not quite exciting. What's kind of funny about this set is the rares in this set seem a little bit better than mythics. This one's actually not too bad though. Hooded Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, put a 1/1 green snake token onto the battlefield for each +1/+1 counter on it. Morph is for 5, and if it's turned face up, you put 5 +1/+1 counters on it. It's actually pretty cool. I actually got to play him in the pre-release when I was doing Abzan. He's actually not too bad of a card. It's probably one of those good first picks, I would say. I don't do a lot of sealed or draft these days, which is disappointing because it used to be my favorite, and it's still one of my favorites to do, honestly. And our rare is Hardened Scales. Hardened Scales. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be placed on a creature you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are placed on it instead. Kind of like a cool doubling season, just about. It's pretty cool. Alrighty. Well, I kind of want to get a fetch line at some point. And again, bound to get something good. Actually, this is a card I've actually been wanting because this is a card I want to try out for my new commander deck, and yeah, I also play EDH too. Narset, Enlightened Master, has first strike, hexproof, 3/2. It's not so great against Courser, but oh well. It's pretty much, I'm stoked that this is a legendary creature, and I want to try this for EDH. Whenever it attacks, exile the top 4 cards of your library. Till end of turn, you may cast non-creature spell cards exiled with Narset this turn without paying for their mana cost. So that card is bonkers. And of course, in EDH, if you happen to flip over an Omniscience, you might as well just win the game from there. Let's see. So hopefully you guys are liking this set. I'm really enjoying this set. I'm actually looking forward to this new standard as well too. And Mardu Ascendancy. This is actually one of my favorite ascendancies. Whenever a non-creature you control attacks by a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Sacrifice Mardu Ascendancy. Creatures you control get +3 for toughness until end of turn. So that actually dodges Anger of the Gods pretty well. Pretty sure that was one of the reasons why they designed it. Alright, so far no fetch land, but like I said, we'll get there hopefully. 1,000 Winds. Let's see, flying morph for 7. When 1,000 Winds is turned face up, return all other tap creatures to their owner's hand. It's not too bad. And Cranial Archive. That's actually not bad. Guess I forgot to put those there. Shatter, which is kind of funny because I forget what that other card is that they printed at one point, which was pretty much the same thing, but for 1 red, it destroy target artifact. Smite, I think. Dead drop. And, ooh, yes! Our first fetch land, and it's the fetch land I actually need to complete my playset. Polluted Delta. Pay 1 life to search your library for an island or swamp and put it onto the battlefield. I love it already. Liking this box already. Yeah, the deck I was talking to you guys about, the Bug Walkers, obviously A4 of in my deck. And like I said, that just completed the last one. I ended up getting one over the pre-release, so I was pretty psyched about that. I also got a Sarkon in there too, so that was pretty sweet. Ooh, and another good rare, Siege Rhino, which I think this will see a lot of play too. Trample when it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. It's kind of a Thragtusk-esque ability. If there's any like Resto Angel-esque abilities, well, yeah, there's probably a couple, of course, but that card could just be very abused. 4/5 for 5 mana with Trample that drains your opponent. That's actually pretty sweet. It's a card that I would love to try out too. And our next rare is, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, Grim Haruspex. More for black, which is kind of nice because you can always trick it during combat. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. That will actually probably see some constructive play, especially with that demon, the 5/4 demon. I can't remember. Sacrifice a creature, gains lifelink, haste, or vigilance until end of turn. That actually goes well with that card. Give you some good card advantage. And this guy's actually pretty good too. Haste 1/2 prowess. I could see him. He's actually pretty good with just like a Raincore. Ooh, a Murderous Cut, which is actually one of the best, probably the best uncommon for the set. And Cratier's Crawls deals X damage to target creature or player, and it has Ferocious. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, it deals X plus 2 more damage. So could essentially be a shock at sorcery speed for just 1 red mana. That card shouldn't be too hard to cast, especially when creatures in this set are pretty much going to be about 4 power or greater, so it shouldn't be too hard to pull off. Let's see. Ooh, Despise, the new artwork. I love it. I love the new artwork on this one. Todd Lockwood, not bad. And our another mythic rare. This is actually not too bad. If a player would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. And if Ugin's Nexus would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, exile it instead and take an extra turn. That's pretty sweet. You can actually abuse that with Shrapnel Blast in Standard right now, where you can just sacrifice it and just take an extra turn, deal 5 damage to a target, and take an extra turn. That seems pretty good. Love the new Naturalized artwork, which again is also another Onslaught reprint. I mean, it's been reprinted so many times, but it also originated from Onslaught. Suppression Field is also good uncommon, and oh god. I don't think I'll be able to pronounce this. Rashiza Vizier. I probably butchered that insanely bad. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your graveyard, put that many +1/+1 counters on it, which is actually cool. Alright. This guy's actually pretty good for limited, since it actually kills a lot of morph creatures and pretty much 2/2s. Just a charm. And just throwing an instigator. When he's turn faced up, if it's on your turn, gaining control of a target creature until end of turn, untap that creature, it gains haste. It's pretty much an active Treason. For those of you who are familiar with that card, which was also printed in this set too. Go figure. Alright, Treasure Cruise, which is actually a card that will actually see some play. That'll be the closest to Ancestral Recall we'll probably get. And our rare is Deflecting Palm. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn. Whoops. Whoa. Whoops. Gotta drop that. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage and pretty much deflect the damage back right at them. Now, I was not much of a burn player myself during Standard. A lot of that red-white that was going around, but that would have actually been pretty good for the mirror. Speaking of factors, Treason, there it is. Force away. Ooh, and Rattleclaw Mystic, which is also the Biobox promo. Actually, forgot to show that off. I'll probably show that off later. I don't even know where I put that. And our foil is Aerostorm. It's actually not bad. But yeah, Runeclaw Mystic, add pretty much rug colors. I still like to call it rug, but it's also to mirror colors. Morph is for 2, and when it's turn face up, add green, blue, and red to your mana pool. That's actually a good card, and that will see some constructive play for sure. Alright. There's Shatter. And our next rare is, actually this is a very good rare. This started off pre-ordered as $1, and this is already slowly making its way up to $4 at the time of this recording. Deals 2 damage to each opponent, and each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures he or she controls. That is actually sweet, because being able to destroy their best creature out on the battlefield, which typically is their most highest power creature, that's pretty good. It also kills an Emrakul. Alright. Our next rare is oh wow. Oh, the big turtle. Okay. Medallion Tower Shell. Whenever it attacks, return it to the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking at the beginning of your next declare attacker step on your next turn. Oh wow, I probably missed over a paragraph there. But you pretty much exile it on your next battle step. On your next battle step, you return it on to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It's kind of a strange ability. Also has Island Walk. Well, it is a turtle after all. Alright. And, must have skipped over. Oh, nice foil, I gotta say. Is that it's not Rob Alexander. I love Rob Alexander or John Avon lands. I collect those a lot. Justai Ascendancy. This is actually a really good one too that will possibly see some modern play, maybe for certain Storm decks, I don't know. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and it goes for the same on the next ability, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, untap those creatures, and then the other one is pretty much you draw a card and discard a card, so you cycle. The only reason why I say Storm is, I mean, they would have to splash in the white for a third color, but the fact that you can cycle through your cards and be able to dig further into your combo. Wow, it's pretty much about 1 o'clock. Another Avalanche Tusker. It's actually not. It's all right. This one's kind of a doozy, I would probably say, so far. But I mean, we still have more to go, so I can't say that just yet. Maybe all the best is in there. So our next rare is okay. See, I spoke too soon. So Wooded Foothills, this is another card I got in my pre-release, so now I have another one, and I'm psyched because I also want to be able to try this out for Modern Zoo again. And this one is search for your library for a mountain or forest. I'm happy to get that too. I'm actually happy to get any of the fetch lands, honestly, especially the Onslaught fetch lands. This will make it a lot more appealing for not just modern players, but also legacy people who are wanting to get into legacy, pretty much like me. So being able to get the fetch lands at a very low price will be nice. I swear that guy's gonna be good someday. Abzan Ascendancy enters the battlefield. You put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and whenever a non-creature token you control dies, put a 1/1 spirit token onto the battlefield. So 2 fetch lands. They say about the ratio, I think on this box, I think you might be averaging about 3 to 5 fetch lands. I don't know, I came across some box opening pulls, and I think you average about that. I don't know. So far it's 2 for me. Another Ugin's Nexus as another mythic rare. I would rather have emptied the pits, which seems like a better card. Actually, I almost want to consider that as a sideboard card for my deck. Seems like a good win con. Oh yeah, and Stubborn Denial. I like this card. That might see some play as well. And our next rare, ooh, Bloodstained Mire. Okay, so at least 3 in this box. Also happy with this too. I also have an old fetch land too. I do like the Rob Alexander artwork, but I also love this artwork just as well. And this one will search for a swamp or a mountain. I'm happy for that. Now where's my Flooded Strand? I want my Flooded Strand and the Windstreaf Heath. Yeah, this set's awesome. I love this set. And I think this guy is a mythic. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Oh, I think these are rare. I can't really tell. But pretty much when he's turned face up, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it. Instead of putting it into the owner's graveyard, you may cast this card without paying for its mana cost as long as it remains exiled. Oh, and a foil. Probably, yeah. Delve, flying 3/3. Alright, looks like about 7 booster box, 7 packs. So no Planeswalker yet. Might get one. Be kind of nice. Oh, I think I saw a foil. Let's see if that Trail of Mystery. This actually is a pretty good limited card, I would say. Whenever a face-down creature you control enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your library afterwards. And whenever a permanent you control, which I find that kind of clever, because there's a Future Sight card, which was essentially a land, and it has more, so when it flips up, you know, it becomes a land instead of a creature. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if that gets reprinted. After all, it is a Future Sight. And when it's turned face up, if it's a creature, it gets +2/+2, which is awesome. Ooh, and Bear's Companion enters the battlefield, put a 4/4 bear token onto the battlefield. That's actually cool. Also another sweet limited card. Oh. Well, this box seems kind of not that bad, I would say, but I am getting another box at one of my other game stores tomorrow. Ooh, and okay, maybe if I say enough negativity, maybe some good will get out of it. So maybe throughout the rest of this video, maybe I'll just keep on saying negative things and I'll get something positive. That's not really how it works, but 4 out of 5 fetch lands, and they're all different, and I like this one too. So really liking that I'm getting some of these Naya colors, because again, I'm thinking about going back to playing the zoo again, and that seems pretty. Oh, and two rares. End hostilities. So 2 foil rares in this box. Not too bad. Destroy all creatures and all permanents attached to those creatures. So any equipment or enchantments, things like bestow, will actually make that pretty useful. Well, okay, I'm psyched. I like this box already. If I can get like the 5th fetch land, the Fledged Strain, this box was totally worth it. Well, it was totally worth it to begin with, anyways. And Doom Blast. Choose up to 1 creature, destroy the rest. So pretty much choose one of your own creatures, and kaboom. Looks like 4 more packs. So yeah, I am happy with these pools. Let's see, rare is Rashasha Death Dealer. Probably butchered that, of course. So for black and green, you can make it +2/+2 until end of turn, and another black and green, you can regenerate him. And he only costs 2 mana. Not too bad. I think that card will probably see some play as well. Some black-green aggro deck, probably. And it's actually not bad for 2 mana, because for 3, like on your 3rd turn, you can pretty much make him a 4/4 and attack, and that's quite the beatdown. And because he's black, he probably plays pretty well with Thoughtseize. There's no pack rat, of course, and thank God that's out of standard. Icy Blast. This is probably a good limited card. Instant speed, and actually I do like that as instant speed, because with Ferocious, this makes this card a lot better. Instant speed, tap X creatures, and with Ferocious, if you control a creature with 4 power or greater, they don't untap during the next controller's next step. And holy cow, 3 rares that are foil. Absound Ascendancy. I don't think I've ever pulled this many foil rares in one box. I mean, this one's probably going to be pretty valuable, of course. I love the artwork on it too, so I'm a big fan of foils. Not too shabby, honestly. I mean, typically all these foils would be like rare, or like a common, or an uncommon, or like a foil, you know, forest. 2 more packs. I'm happy with this box, of course. No Planeswalker, but you know, I'd gladly trade that in for a fetch land any day. But maybe I get one in these next two. Not one of the rares I wanted to see, of course. You know, you're bound to get something bad. Flying Crane technique. Untap all creatures you control. They gain flying and double strike until end of turn. Good limited card. Whoops. Goes over there. A good limited card. It pretty much wins you the game right off the spot. Last pack. Let's hope for a good one. Maybe a fetch. Maybe a Planeswalker. I'm pretty sure it'll just be a bad rare. You know. Maybe. And ooh. 4/1. Oh, okay, so it's mythic. It's red. Ash Cloud Phoenix, which is actually not too bad to end this. And actually, I probably had some some small doubt with this card. This card is probably not all that bad. Flying, when it dies, return it to the battlefield face down. Morphos for 6, and when it's turned face up, deals 2 damage to each player. Wish it did say each player and each creature, but then this would probably die as well too. But then, I don't know, could get the value out of the turn face up ability. But not a bad way to end the booster box opening here. So I would say overall with this, I mean, obviously got my money's worth, at least with the 4 fetch lands alone. A couple others in here had some good money, like Siege Rhino and Crackling Doom. What other ones? I'm probably missing it. I don't know, a few other ones. Well, the foil rares, of course. Dig Through Time will actually be some value, of course, but that is pretty much it for my booster box opening. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Probably stay tuned. I'll probably try to plan to do a dead tech on my bug walkers video standard deck. Oh, that's another card. Clone impersonator. That would have been a good card to pull out. But I am happy with what I pulled out. Hope you guys have got a box of your own too and got some good rares. Maybe leave it in the comments below to see what you've pulled out. But until next time, this is Josh Phillips signing off, saying stay tuned.